Hello, how are you? Welcome to your community, T-Man. I truly hope you're feeling wonderful at this very moment. And I also hope that through this tarot reading you'll find the information or the signs from the universe that you've been waiting for. Today, we'll go straight into your reading. So let's begin by preparing your tarot deck. As always, throughout your reading, we'll be tuning into your energy, the energy of the universe, the energy of your person, if they show up. And we'll also take a look at your current position and any surprises that may be on their way into your life. Let's organize this deck and shuffle the cards one more time. Your guides are telling me your deck is ready. Let's go ahead and cut the deck. Now we're ready. We'll draw your first card, and with that card, we'll take a look at the energies of the universe and how they may be affecting you. Then, as your reading continues, we'll look at your position and also your person's position if they appear. So now, connecting with your energy, let's begin. You're embodying the energy of the King of Pentacles. This is a truly powerful card because it tells me that you're reaching a moment of maturity, a time of structure and real stability in your life. And this stability is leading you to manifest abundance, especially in the realm of money. The King of Pentacles signifies that the universe is sending wealth your way. In some cases, if you're currently employed, this could be a substantial amount of money, perhaps a bonus, a financial reward, a recognition, or even an honorary mention. And if you're running a business right now, whether it's a company, a hardware store, a bakery, I'm seeing a new influx of customers coming your way. Naturally, these new clients will bring a significant increase in income for your business. This card also highlights that you're someone with great stability and a wealth of knowledge. You're stepping into the role of managing your own venture or starting something new. And this card assures you that in the future, whether near, midterm, or long-term, you're destined to become someone very wealthy. I'm being shown that your bank account will be filled with abundant resources. Okay? Let's draw another card to gain more clarity on what the universe is sending your way right now. You've received the Eight of Swords. This card often appears when, in this moment, you may not be fully aware of, or perhaps you're not clearly seeing your true potential. And according to this reading, your potential is to become the King of Pentacles, a person who manifests abundance in every aspect of life. But especially, since we're in the realm of Pentacles, this message is all about money and the material world. You're about to manifest wealth. You'll attract cash, checks, and in some cases, even real estate. But here's the key. You must be fully conscious of the power you hold and prepare yourself to claim it. The Eight of Swords may also point to a lingering wound from the past, something that didn't go as planned, something you still need to release completely. Perhaps, in your recent past, a business venture failed, a project didn't succeed, or an idea fell short. But that does not mean you are destined to fail. All it means is that you're being called to try again. Now look at the imagery. The blindfold covering the woman's eyes symbolizes a barrier that prevents her from seeing her own greatness. And so the universe is asking you right now to remove that blindfold and recognize that despite past disappointments, whether in love, in finances, or in life, your true destiny is to shine like gold. And even more, you are being gifted with the Midas touch. Everything you lay your hands on will begin to turn into golden energy. Okay? All right, let's continue with your reading. Let's take a look at the energy surrounding you right now. You've drawn the card of Strength. This card tells me you're someone brave, someone fierce in the best sense of the word. You're filled with motivation. Right now, you're opening doors, creating new paths, and welcoming opportunities. I can feel your strength rising from within. Your confidence is growing, and the way you see yourself is becoming more positive. And when you carry that kind of energy inside, you naturally begin to shine at your full potential. The Strength card also tells me that something powerful is coming into your life, something that you will need to face, to master, or to tame. But this message is clear. You have everything you need to handle this challenge, to embrace this new job, or to step into this next journey. The number 8 in this card's numerology speaks of infinite possibilities. As long as you trust your inner strength and believe fully and completely in your power, Let's draw another card to gain deeper clarity on the message behind the Strength card. You've received the Ace of Pentacles. This card often speaks of something we offer back, a gesture of value, a moment of giving. And right now I'm sensing that someone in your life truly deserves a piece of your energy. It could be someone who's been especially kind to you lately, especially if we're talking about a Leo or a person with Capricorn energy. You may soon feel called to extend a gesture of goodwill. Not necessarily a reconciliation. I'm not sensing a reunion or anything dramatic, but something simple and meaningful. A gift, a few heartfelt words of encouragement, a sincere hug, or even just a gentle kiss. There's something in you that's ready to offer love to someone or perhaps directly to the universe, maybe through a prayer, a moment of silence, or an act of gratitude. The Ace of Pentacles is a reminder. The universe has been generous with you lately, or maybe someone around you has given more than you realized. And now this card is saying, it's time to give something back. Even the smallest offering can ripple with powerful energy. All right, let's continue your reading. Let's explore what kind of unexpected turn may be coming into your life. You've drawn the Hermit. Now, when this card appears as a surprise, it often signals the return of someone who's been long gone, someone who had vanished without a word. In some cases, this could point to a Virgo coming back into your life, or perhaps it refers to something or someone that had disappeared entirely from your path, now suddenly re-emerging. Without warning, without explanation. The Hermit speaks of distance, silence, and withdrawal, possibly even complete disconnection. But now, someone may return, seeking not just forgiveness, but redemption. This person walked away, but never truly found peace. They've struggled to regain balance, and now they're drawn back to you, in search of answers, in search of healing. So don't be surprised if someone reappears out of nowhere. Once again, I'm being told to mention, this could be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or any other sign. But the energy is coming in humbly. It feels like someone has finally begun to understand the lesson you once taught them. And now they return, not to reopen old wounds, but to seek closure, to acknowledge the pain they may have caused, and perhaps to make peace with both you and with themselves. You've drawn the Four of Pentacles. This card tells me that right now, you may be feeling a bit guarded, emotionally closed off, pulling back, and creating space around yourself for protection. And I believe one of the reasons someone may be returning to your life is precisely because you've been fortifying your energy, or perhaps because the universe itself is protecting you. You see, the reason you haven't heard from this person, no message, no explanation, is not a coincidence. It's divine timing. The universe is asking you to first reclaim your energy and begin healing from any wounds this connection may have left behind. The Four of Pentacles is a reminder that you don't want to be hurt again. You don't want to waste your time, your strength, or your emotional investment, because in the past you gave too much to someone who only drained you. And now you're finally choosing to protect what's yours. You're starting to rebuild, bit by bit, everything that truly matters to you. So let's continue. Let's see what the next card has to say. Let's explore what cycle is coming to a close in your life right now. Let's bring our full focus to this message. You've drawn the Eight of Pentacles. This card signals the completion of a journey, a cycle in which you've poured your energy, your time, and your heart into something meaningful. You've been working diligently, perhaps toward building a relationship or securing a new job, or simply manifesting a greater version of your life. And now, this card says, the search is over. After a period of effort, commitment, and even exhaustion, a moment of achievement finally arrives. A recognition, a breakthrough, a milestone that confirms you are finally receiving what you deserve by divine right. The universe has seen you. It's watched your discipline, your perseverance, and the moments when you kept going even with an empty cup. Your reading is honoring your strength, your patience, and the way you've shown up again and again, no matter how long it's taken, whether it's been an hour, a day, a month, or maybe with the number 8 years. This journey has always mattered. You once set a powerful intention, or maybe you're setting it now. And the universe wants you to hear this loud and clear. What you've been working for is finally arriving. Not by chance, but because of divine alignment. You've drawn the Seven of Pentacles. Together with the Eight of Pentacles, this card speaks of waiting, of patience, and of a soul learning to trust divine timing. Right now, the universe is asking you to surrender, to accept the rhythm of life, even if, at this very moment, what you've been longing for hasn't yet arrived. This card is your confirmation. It's a spiritual green light, a message that says, yes, it's coming. But what's on its way is not just anything. It's something so aligned, so deeply meant for you, that it can only arrive when your heart, mind, and soul are fully open to receive it. And based on the energy of these pentacles, this is clearly about money, but not a quick reward, not something that fades. This is lasting prosperity, abundance that builds over time, grows steadily, and anchors itself into your life in a way that feels solid, even permanent. This is the moment you've been preparing for. Your reading tells me that a major professional breakthrough is near. A new job, a change in career, or a complete shift in purpose. And this shift won't be subtle. It'll come with clarity, and it will feel like the universe is saying, it's time. Move now. A sudden, powerful shift is aligning with your path, and it's leading you toward the success you've worked so hard to earn. All right, let's continue with your reading. Right now, let's ask your tarot. What kind of energies do you need to release, or what are you in the process of letting go of at this moment? Now let's look at the energy you're being called to release. You've drawn the Knight of Wands. This card tells me that you're letting go of something or someone that had been burning too hot, too fast. There was intensity, yes, but it wasn't always healthy. You may have been involved with someone who carried a lot of energy, but also a lot of arrogance. Someone who felt magnetic, maybe even irresistible at first. I'm being guided to say, this could have been a Sagittarius, a Leo, or perhaps someone with Aquarius in their chart. But in time, you began to realize that this person's path was not aligned with your own. Their fire wasn't the kind that warms and sustains. It was the kind that scorches. This was a presence that demanded attention but didn't offer true balance. So now, you're being asked to release that energy, to let go of someone who carried untamed fire, but lacked the grounding to walk beside you. The message is clear. Whoever plays with fire eventually gets burned. Maybe it was them, maybe it was you. But what matters now is the recognition that even if someone radiates power, if they don't support your peace, they don't belong on your path. So yes, you're letting go of prideful energy, of stubborn force, of ego-driven intensity. And by doing so, you're making space for a truer, calmer, more aligned connection to enter your life. You've drawn the Wheel of Fortune. This is a powerful shift because it tells me that the changes you're making and the energy you're leaving behind are reshaping the direction of your entire path. Think of this card as an engine, a sacred motor that powers your destiny. And as with any engine, there can be no movement without a spark. Right now, that spark is your choice to walk away from what no longer aligns with you. As you release those old energies, this motor, the motor of your becoming, starts turning faster. You begin reconnecting with yourself, with your path, and with your own internal rhythm. But here's the deeper message. When we place this next to the Knight of Wands, we see that someone around you was creating too much heat, too much pressure, too much urgency. It's as if your emotional engine was overheating. And when an engine overheats, the only solution is to slow down, cool the system, and reset. Someone may have been pushing you, rushing decisions, forcing movement, or even subtly manipulating you into living life on their terms. But now, everything is shifting. You're reclaiming your pace. You're no longer letting others spin your heart faster than it can sustain. The wheel is yours again, and no one else gets to steer it but you. All right, let's continue with your reading. We're going to draw another card from your tarot, and with this card, let's take a look at the kind of energy that is being introduced into your life, specifically in relation to your growth and evolution. In what areas are you about to grow? And what advice is the tarot offering you right now? You've drawn the Four of Swords. This card is subtle but deeply powerful. It brings you an unexpected message. The most important step right now is stillness. In other words, you're not being asked to take action. You're being asked to pause, to return to yourself, to breathe, to rest. The Four of Swords is the card of sacred restoration. It speaks of sleep, silence, retreat, and emotional decompression. And I feel, based on everything you've been navigating lately, that life has been moving too fast. You've been overthinking a person, a decision, the past, the future, your finances, your responsibilities, and now the universe is saying, it's time to step back and honor the rhythm of deep rest. This is not a delay. This is not avoidance. This is part of the path forward. You're being asked to recharge your spirit, to take a breath between chapters. Whether that means sleeping more, resting better, taking a trip, or simply doing less, this is your invitation to heal through stillness. This card invites you into a sanctuary within yourself, a place where no striving is required, only peace, only presence. And when you're ready, you'll rise stronger, not because you pushed harder, but because you allowed yourself to pause with purpose. You've drawn the Five of Wands. This card brings the energy of conflict, of scattered voices, and of people whose chaos threatens to spill into your peace. There are individuals around you right now who seem to thrive on noise, on tension, on competition, on drama. And I feel that deep down, you're simply no longer available for that energy. This is why we see such a strong contrast between the calm of the Four of Swords and the disorder of the Five of Wands. You're in a place of sensitivity, and your soul is craving stillness. You've reached your limit, what we might call being emotionally saturated. As your guides whisper, you're up to your neck in noise that doesn't belong to you. Maybe someone close to you has been aggressive, controlling, or simply overwhelming. And you, wisely, are pulling back. You're choosing boundaries. You're choosing stillness over survival. You're choosing to come back to your center. Here's the truth. These people, this energy, they may not change. They may continue vibrating in chaos, but you don't have to match their frequency. You get to choose peace. You get to protect your energy. You get to walk away without guilt. Because your inner calm is not up for negotiation anymore. Let's continue. Now, let's open the space to explore your love energy and the vibration of your person, if one is present. What is your heart projecting at this time? And what energy are you currently attracting? You've drawn the Fool. Right now, I feel that you're radiating a very magnetic and attractive energy. The Fool is the card of someone who lives by their own rules, someone who refuses to live life according to others' expectations. At this moment, I sense you're experiencing a deep liberation. In the past, you may have been chained to something or someone that limited you, held you back, or even tried to control you too much. But now, you've reached a moment where you say, enough. Maybe you said goodbye or asked for space. For some of you, the Fool might represent an actual separation, a breakup, a divorce, a parting of ways with someone. But for many, this card is about something even more profound, a separation from an old version of yourself, a version that no longer serves your soul. That's why the Fool is so powerful, because from here on, you get to choose where you're going. You can go to point A or point B or C. There are no rules, just movement. I feel that right now, your willpower is strong. And yes, maybe you're carrying a bit of reckless energy, but in the best way. You're daring to try something new. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, studying something unfamiliar, learning something unexpected, or taking a trip you've been planning for a long time. The Fool always speaks of two things. First, the ability to accept life as it is, without resistance, without judgment, without saying no to what's meant for you. And second, it speaks of proposing something to the universe, a leap, a prayer, a bold request, and then watching to see, how does the universe respond? What does it support in return? Right now, the Fool appears as a positive spiral leading you toward freedom. Let's draw another card. You've drawn Major Arcana card number 13, Death. Now, when you see these two cards together, the Fool and Death, especially in the context of love, it's clear. You are seeking something entirely different from what you once wanted. You no longer crave what you used to. You don't want the same person, the same dynamic, or the same repetitive energies. This card often appears when you've grown tired of a cycle. When you've reached the point where you say, I'm done. I'm never going back there again. The Death card represents something that once was part of your present, once part of your routine, but now it belongs fully to the past. And this contrast is so powerful. The Death card shows what's being left behind. while the Fool represents your rebirth, starting fresh from zero. You're stepping into a new dream, a new path, a new journey, and with every step, you're moving farther and farther from a former version of yourself, or from a relationship that had already reached its natural end. All right, let's continue with your reading. Let's draw another card from your tarot and take a look at the energy of your person, the one that's on your mind. Let's see, are they thinking about you? And what are they planning to do? You've drawn the Three of Pentacles. I'm sensing several different energies with this card, but one message stands out very clearly. This person is thinking about you while they're at work. It's possible that you'll receive a message or a call from your special person while they're working. They may take a quick pause, reach out, and simply let you know, I'm thinking of you. Something as simple and as meaningful as that. The Three of Pentacles can also mean that someone is thinking about building something real with you. If you're getting to know someone new, a fresh connection, someone who's just recently entered your life, then I feel you're awakening this Three of Pentacles energy within them. This person is beginning to envision, even if only mentally for now, what they want to create with you. Whether it's in a week, a month, or a year, someone here wants something long-term. And when I say long-term, I don't just mean emotionally. This could be a spiritual journey, a romantic commitment, or even a literal trip they want to take with you. Yes, someone may be planning to travel with you, or even propose a journey that could span months or years. This is a big energy, and in numerology, the number 3 here suggests a long process, something that evolves, builds, and expands over time. So, get ready. A proposal may be coming your way, and it might be unexpected, surprising, maybe even unsettling at first. But it will be strong, and it will be real. That's the message coming through from the Three of Pentacles. You've drawn the Two of Swords, and with this card, I'm sensing a message that feels somewhat detached from the others, as if it's pointing to a situation where someone is thinking about you, but at the same time, they don't know what to say. Right now, I'm picking up on a distance, possibly involving an Aquarius, a Gemini, or as your guides are suggesting, a Scorpio or a Capricorn. This person is currently feeling completely blocked. Yes, 100% emotionally stuck. They're unsure whether to reach out to you or just let things remain the way they are. I sense that this person is thinking, but only from their mind, if that makes sense. They don't want to connect with their heart. They're avoiding emotions and instead operating from a place of logic, rationality, and that's exactly what's creating the stalemate. It feels like you may have been dealing with someone who doesn't know how to connect emotionally, or who simply doesn't express things clearly. And because of that, there's been a disconnect, a gap between you and this person. You, on the other hand, want something solid, something stable. But deep down, you may be questioning whether this person is truly capable of offering you that. So yes, the message is clear: someone is blocked, emotionally stuck, and at this point, I don't necessarily see them reaching out. So let's draw one final card to see whether this blockage can or will be resolved. You've drawn the Six of Wands. Now this card can carry both positive and challenging messages, so take what resonates for your situation. First, I'm sensing that you may be dealing with someone who's overly prideful, arrogant, or perhaps too caught up in their own image. This person might come across as pretentious, someone who believes they're better than others, someone who constantly seeks validation, someone who lives in a kind of fantasy bubble or walks around with their head in the clouds. And in this case, I feel that you're reaching a point where you've had enough. You're cutting ties. You no longer have the patience or energy for someone who constantly needs to be celebrated, for someone who thrives on admiration but offers very little emotional grounding in return. Your reading is strongly pointing to a Leo, and I'm also being told to mention Aries. Now on the flip side, the Six of Wands can also signify a victorious return. This is a very different energy, but also a specific one. I feel that you were separated from someone for a while, and now this person may be returning, bringing with them a message of success. Perhaps your special person had been abroad or fully immersed in a professional project, and now they are returning with great news. This project may have gone exceptionally well, bringing abundance, prosperity, and possibly income in foreign currency. So if that applies to you, know that this person is coming back with strength, with joy, and a sense of celebration. They're proud, and for good reason. Because everything they planned, or everything the two of you planned together, has worked out beautifully. I'm hearing, it went exactly as we'd hoped, even better. All right, this has been your tarot reading for today. As always, thank you so much for being here with me, for exploring all these mysteries, all these secrets of the tarot. For now, we're closing your reading, and as always, if you enjoyed this reading, and if you'd like to support the growth of this community, you can. First, leave me a comment, and second, consider becoming a member of this space. So we'll gently bring your session to a close. I hope you have a beautiful day. One filled with success, positive energy, and everything aligned with your highest good. So that's it for today's reading, and surely I'll see you again in your next tarot session.